strength, will, and desire, building a future for me and you. Let's get inspired and shine a spotlight on the CUSW. Hello, and welcome to the CUSW Spotlight Podcast, brought to you by the Canadian Union of Skilled Workers, established in 1999. CUSW has been empowering its members and shaping the future of skilled trades for over 25 years. In this podcast, we shine a spotlight on the people, stories, and values that make CUSW a strong and dynamic community. It's an exciting time to be part of this union, and we're here to celebrate the journey, achievements, and dedication of skilled workers. So turn up the volume and let's get started. Here's your host for the CUSW Spotlight Podcast, Mr. 𝗪𝗯𝗪.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the CUSW Spotlight Podcast. I'm very honored today to be kicking off our very first episode of our series. And I'm even more honored to have John Wabb as our first guest. John Wabb is the chairperson of the Canadian Union of Skilled Workers, and we're very glad to have him on the show today. Hello, John. How are you today?
Hi, Dan. Great to see you. Happy to participate today. This is a great initiative that we've got started here.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how do you fit into the CUSW family?
Yeah, I'm the chairperson of the National Executive Board. Been with CUSW from the beginning, 1999. It's been a great experience getting to know all the people within the organization and watching it grow and watching the individual members grow.
Yeah, from what I understand with the history of the CUSW, when this big machine started in 1999, I believe you were one of the founding members. You were there from the very beginning, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I actually was on the executive board for the International Union, the local that was with the International Union prior to CUSW. With a number of other engaged members. We went through a period of time where the International was making some changes to that particular organization that the members were not very pleased with. And there was a decision made to try to establish our own independent Canadian union and build a structure that was more responsive to the individual members. So that was a long process of identifying the opportunities, going through a number of legal challenges. One of the things that we did early on was we started a partnership. We struck up a partnership with CUPE 1000, the Power Workers Union. Their members and our members worked in the same workplaces for many years, and we identified that there was an opportunity to move the bargaining unit out of the so-called international American-based union and establish our own. That went on for a few years. Unfortunately, it wasn't successful. And then we looked at a partnership with Laborers International and went through a similar exercise with them. That partnership was successful, and in 1999 we established ourselves as a independent Canadian union, and we've been building ever since. There was a small number of members that moved to the new organization. But since then, we've grown in membership, and we've been able to build an organization that is more engaging to the members, allows for more participation, allows for members to come forward and share ideas and help direct the organization so that it's more responsive to the members and their families.
Right, right. Yeah, I myself, in my almost 20 years of being involved in the union, I've seen a lot of changes going on. And I can only imagine the workload that must have been put on you guys at the beginning trying to start this big machine, because I got into it as it was already running, and I see the work that everybody puts in behind the scenes, and it's really amazing to see everybody working together and creating what we have created. Um, I'm just kind of curious, throughout your process of being involved in the CUSW, do you have any shining lights or any what is your favorite part, or like one of your shining lights as far as CSW?
Yeah, I think part of the things that we're most proud about is the way that we're structured, where all members can come and participate at different levels of the union. We've got a structure around workplaces. We've got a governance structure with the executive board and the national committees, and we've got units. So there's lots of opportunities for members to participate. And more recently, we've started to, using our training trust fund, help members build capacity so that they have the knowledge and the skills to participate more. I think one of the most proudest things I like about the organization is the apprenticeship program. That's another area that, because of the small number of members that we started with and the work opportunities that have present themselves, it's been key to our growth, is ensuring that we have the skilled and knowledgeable, trained individuals to respond to employer needs. So the apprenticeship program has really helped us with that. We've been focused on connecting with First Nation, Métis, and Inuit communities, more connected with women that are interested in having a career in the skilled trades, and also reaching out to new Canadians, those communities that support those individuals coming from outside of Canada, get a start. We've had a number of bridging programs, training programs that help take the experience that they've had from outside of Canada and being able to apply those skills and develop new skills in the workplaces. So I think that's been a big positive with the organization, and being able to grow the way that we've had. And the third item is probably the way that over the last couple of years we've started to engage not just members, but their families, their spouses and kids. I think that's an important part of growing, encouraging participation, and just building the unity that we need to have as we grow as an organization and make Canada a better place. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I have to 100% agree with you on those counts. As myself, being injured as an apprentice, I'm really very proud of the efforts that we've made with the apprenticeship program as well. And the fact that we're involving our families in pretty much everything we do as a union, I haven't seen any other unions or any other organizations really pulling in our families and making them involved in the workers' lives as we do. And that has to be one of my shining moments within CUSW as well. But nothing is ever perfect in life. There's no machine, there's no union, there's no organization that's just tickety-boo. We all know that. Do you have any ideas, or do you have any thoughts on where we can improve as a union or even as individuals, as people?
Yeah, I think there's always room for improvement in whatever we do. I agree with you on that, Dan. Probably the area that I see a real need for improvement, and it's based on the experience, is our initiatives around health, safety, and wellness, right? It's an area that you have to work hard in ensuring you've got the right culture that our members bring the right ideas and the right attitude towards work every day. There's the Occupational Health and Safety Act that sets out the regulations, but it sure takes a lot of effort to make sure that things go as well as they should every single day, and empowering members to participate, ask questions, raise concerns, work with employers in the right kind of solutions that we need, be more inclusive, right? The ideas and more discussion around psychological safety and those sorts of things. Ensure that people feel that they can participate and they can bring forward their issues. Unfortunately, we've had serious accidents in our workplaces, and you wish those things had never happened. Every April, the day of mourning, we get together and together with co-workers and families and just talk about how we can be better going forward in the future. And it's important that we stop and think about the impact of accidents in the workplace. And I think that's one area that we really can step up and do better. I know our Health, Safety, and Wellness Committee, they have the annual conference, excellent speakers at the conference. The committee has now started to do more communication, health and safety bulletins, that sort of thing. When events occur in different parts of the organization, we're sharing that with everyone and trying to get that communication out. Put a plug in for the cartoon strips on the Plexman that you've developed. Those are all positive ways of communicating the importance of health, safety, and wellness in the workplace. But that's one area that we can do better and continue to grow on. But again, this idea of having more people participate, whether it's health, safety, and wellness, or apprenticeship, or membership, or how the hiring hall functions, the benefit plan and the retirement savings plan, all of those things that we've put in place, we're on a continuous improvement approach to those things. And if we can just get those channels of communication from the members and get that information into either the executive board or the national committees or the trustees or whoever from the membership is part of leading in those particular areas, the better communication that goes on there, the better we're all going to be in the long run. Yeah.
The communication piece always seems to be number one in anything we do. Unless we're communicating and conveying our ideas to others, things just don't happen. And that's another reason why we as a union and as a group, we've come up with this podcast. This podcast is all about communication. We're not just out here tooting our own horn. We're actually actively communicating, and we're recruiting, and we're trying to bring in our existing members to step up, stand up, and take more of an active part within the union. This union is built from the bottom up. We don't have a typical structure where it's a pyramid from the top and going down. We go this way, that this way. And that's how we work. Everybody is just as important as the next. And communication is a big part of that. So I'm very proud to be part of this union, and especially this podcast, because we're getting the information out there, and I'm very proud to be part of it. Thanks, John.
No, I think just, watching how the podcast has been developing and the number of people that are interested in stepping up and sharing their story and sharing their experience and their ideas, it's all important to our growth. And this approach to a more sort of engaged face-to-face discussion, I think will improve our communication and just bring the members along that are, busy at work, busy with family, busy with their own lives. how can we share some of the good things that are going on within the organization and invite them to participate in those good things. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned growth, and I look at growth as moving forward. And usually and typically, with myself anyway, you don't really go forward or grow without looking back on the past. And like with anything, anybody, none of us are perfect. And we can talk about all the good things we do and all the good things we're looking forward to and everything else, but I'm going to talk a little deeper here. Do you have any regrets within your experience with the CUSW, or maybe you have an experience where you just kind of feel I could have handled things a little bit differently that day, or do you have an opportunity or an experience where you just like to have a do-over? Tough question.
Yeah, tough question. That, there's always situations that you wish you had have approached things differently. Um, you know, what comes to mind is some of the health and safety incidents that we've had over the years and the loss of co-workers and friends. So those are days that you wish you had a do-over if you could have spoken up and done a little bit more.
I've had
Yeah.
those days.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we all had, you know, days that we wish we had have approached things differently, some more significant than others, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the organization is moving positively. When I started as an apprentice back in 1982, things were different then. The retirement savings program was just starting to get off the ground. Our health and welfare program wasn't the same as it is today, right? All those supports for members and their families, and the changing needs that families have when it comes to health and welfare. When I started as an apprentice, we didn't have a joint apprenticeship council structure. The employers did the hiring. The employers oversaw the apprenticeship program. Not long after, the apprentices asked for more representation, and the organization started to develop in another way. And it's improved. Apprentices get more opportunity to develop skills over their apprenticeship, and members get to raise issues with the employers and school scheduling, transfers to different crews and working with different journey persons. All of those things have been positively impacted because someone identified that it's not as good as it could be, and we're moving forward. With CUSW, as I said before, the national committees, the trusts that we've set up, the units, and the opportunity to bring together members at events, whether it's a barbecue or a fishing derby or some social activities that we have. Those things are all important to our growth. So,
And they're fun. I gotta
and they're
say,
fun.
and they're
Yeah.
fun. I gotta throw
Yeah.
that in there, John, because uh, we're always trying to get more active participation from the members to the union. And lots of times it sounds like it's just a dry, boring time at a boardroom, making decisions and checking off boxes and that sort of thing. But honestly, we have a really good time when we get together. So I just had to mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think of the Health, Safety, and Wellness Conference, and the National Social Committee puts on the event for with the Halloween theme,
Oh,
the costumes and the kids and spouses. There's lots of smiling and laughter at those events, and I think that's important to ask members to come and give up a weekend.
yeah.
Is important. We have to build the right structure, but being able to include the family just helps out with that, you know, giving up that time away from family would impede a lot of people from being able to participate. Those resources that include the family are appreciated and well used.
Yeah, I got to
You
say
get a
one.
lot more engagement from the members, and you can inject a little bit of fun into some of the dry activities that have to be done. Yeah.
Exactly. I remember last year one of the members at the conference we were attending. It was the banquet where we have the Halloween costume party, which is so much fun for the kids and for everybody else. But this is a full-grown adult member, and she actually said it's so much fun taking off my work boots and putting on a pair of floppy clown shoes for this conference, and
Yeah.
it's so much fun. And that's exactly what she said. So it's really, it's just, it's endearing. It feels good to create these memories and where we can all interact out of our work clothes and in a regular social setting. It's fun. It creates that bond that we all really need.
Yeah, the union is the members and ensure that their ideas are shared. It helps with the direction that the organization is going. It's good for everyone, and including the spouses in the conversation when it comes to health and safety in the workplace and job opportunities and putting events on. They're interested in knowing what goes on, when the spouse leaves in the morning, where are they, what are they doing, and being able to come home safe and sound at the end of the day. They're interested in knowing what we're doing to ensure that. And it goes beyond the workplace. It's in the community, right? How do we support the kids' sports teams? How do we support the local organizations that build the playgrounds and that sort of thing? How do we support healthcare in the area, right? The need for fundraising around upgrading hospitals and ensuring there's good medical and healthcare. Some of the organizations that we participate in, I think of Interval House in Hamilton and how they've helped us build a right culture within the membership. But the work that they do on gender-based violence and how much of an issue that is in our communities, and how can we change the culture? How can we change the attitudes so that women feel more comfortable in the community, in the workplace, and able to speak up and share their ideas? And it goes beyond that. Once you've started down that path and working with those partners, it gets better for everyone, right? You may be focused on First Nation and Métis and Inuit communities, and how do you engage them and make things better for them? How do you engage women? How do you engage new Canadians? At the end of the day, all of those things that you do benefits everyone within the organization, within the community, and within the workplaces.
Yeah, we sure are an active group. We've got lots of nuts and bolts holding us together, and there's lots of gears and lots of things moving, a lot of moving parts that's driving us forward. And to have the participation that we do, it's good to see and good to know. But we are always looking for more. That's for sure.
Yeah, we just recently had an executive board meeting, and we were talking about how things are developing. And from that view, there are so many good things going on every single day. If I think back to 1999 and when we were getting started, and Joe Mulhall was operating out of his car, and we had a small office where Hazel sat, and how much effort had to go into dispatching people and collecting benefits and remittances and all those things and representing members, and how much we got done during that. And then fast forward to 2025, where you've got well over 100 people, 100 members participating in all sorts of activities every single day, right? workplace representation, planning for different events, interacting with other organizations so we better understand how our initiatives can impact and make the workplace better, make the organization better, opportunities to grow some of the work that Tom McLean's doing, constantly traveling across Canada and interacting with different employers. The industry is busy, lots of things happening, and you have to be out there promoting our members, our skills, our knowledge, our attitudes towards work to build those opportunities. But there's so many things getting done in a day compared to, even 5, 6 years ago.
For sure.
So it's great to see. And again, back to being better, having better tools to communicate all the great things that are happening. There's so many going on. And it's been a challenge just to keep every single member in touch with what's happening. You live in different parts of the country and you work with a particular employer. Some of our members work with the same employer for many years. And you get focused on, that what's going on in that workplace, in that community, in that individual's life. There sure is a lot of other things happening in a positive way, and how do you get that message out?
Yeah, like from a person from the outside looking in, to hear you say there's 100 members who are actively behind the scenes making our union run, because that's what we do. I would never ever think it would take that many people, considering we have, let's say, well, 4,000 to 6,000 people on our books, I'd say, in average.
Yeah.
100 people seems like a lot of behind the scenes people actively building the union and making things run. But I'm part of that. And I see how much work collectively these 100 people do and individually we do. It's a lot of work we all do. And that's why we're promoting the union. And that's why we're looking for more active participants to actively be involved in the form and the functions of the union. Because like we said before, this is a bottom-up structure. That's how we work with the CUSW. Every member is just important as the next, and we all have a say, and we all have a responsibility to be active participants in the growth and the form and functions of our organization.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to a lot of people on the good things happening every day, every week, every month. And a lot of it is them individually putting in extra time, right?
Yeah.
Members in general contribute and participate just by going to work every day and helping that workplace succeed, that employer succeed. But then there's other things that decisions that have to be made, issues that have to be researched, solutions developed. So I appreciate and I give a lot of credit to the members that do get engaged. I should also mention our staff, the COPE represented staff within the organization, and they're spread across the country. They do a fantastic job.
They're our life jacket.
Yeah.
Like seriously, they bail us out of so many situations where like I'm just a construction worker, really. I was injured and now I've been kind of, I don't want to say forced, but there's opportunity for me to share in other ways. But the ways that I'm contributing to the union are ways that I never ever thought I could contribute, because I've just always been a construction worker. I've been in work boots and work gloves my whole life and a hard hat. Now I'm in a boardroom, I'm in an office situation. And for the CUSW to recognize that there's more in me than just my previous life of being a construction worker, and seeing that I can contribute, they really do set you up for success. We're not an organization where we're just going to throw something at somebody who we don't think can handle it. And if the person is maybe at the cusp of where they can handle it or they can't, there's always going to be someone who's going to support to make sure you can. And we really do set up each other for success. It's one of the best things about this union that um, I, I really appreciate it, because they've seen things in me that I didn't even see in myself. And now I'm at a point where I can give back. And now I'm seeing things in other members and I'm saying, hey, we need you here. Come join us, jump in this. And it's happening. It's really cool.
No, it's pretty amazing when you look at the way that the membership as a whole support one another. When you look at our health and welfare plan and the contributions from financial contributions that come into that, just to ensure our members and family have the health care that they need, the dental care, the vision care, the mental health support through the family and member support program. You know, those are all important things, and every single member contributes financially to that. And then you've got individuals that sit on the board of trustees and ensure that it's supporting in the right way. You look at the retirement savings program and ensuring members can retire in dignity, right? And then more recently, the Education and Training Trust Fund, the contributions that come into that from the members' total wage package. Those funds are now supporting the development of leaders, this whole capacity building initiative, events like the Health, Safety, and Wellness Conference, where we bring interested members in for a conference and bring speakers in and provide training. You know, there's so many good things that are happening out there. The apprenticeship program is another one where you've got journey person mentors passing on their knowledge and skills, and in turn learning about new technology and skills from the apprentices as the workplace change, so that mentorship mentee relationship that we build on. So every day it's not surprising the way that the CUSW members come together and support one another through those structures, and are interested in seeing everyone have develop positively in the workplace and communities and in the organization. It's a great thing to watch and observe.
It really is. We are a fluid machine, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
we're moving forward and we're really doing great things. We've talked about the inception of CUSW from the beginning in 1999, what we're doing now, all the things we're so proud of. Um, is there anything in specific that you're looking forward to in the future? Is there anything that you have upcoming with CUSW that you'd like to talk about or share with the members at home?
I think, the first 25 years, we've seen a lot of growth, a lot of positive decisions made. Maybe not all of them perfect. There's a few things that we've had to step back and start over again.
Hindsight's
Um,
2020, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
But when you look to the future and the group of members that are participating and supporting, like I say, you got so many people carrying the load forward. And there's some folks there that are going to be good leaders at the end of the day. You've got people more involved in the union, people more involved in ensuring that our employers are successful. And the industry is busy. The economy is, it does go up and down a little bit. But there's always a need for skilled tradespeople, leaders in the community. And when you look to the future, I've got a lot of confidence that CUSW is going to be around for many, many years to come. And it's because of the participation and the commitment of the members that are involved. So, positive future ahead. You always have to be listening and watching what's going on with the membership. with our employers, with industry, with the economy. You have to watch for that. It's hard to predict the future, but if you're participating in conferences and different organizations, they can help better prepare for what's coming at us. And for as long as we've been around, I started in '82. I had some great mentors along the way, opportunities that presented themselves, and I said, yes, I'll get involved and carry forward. I think it's important that we continue to rely on that mentorship approach, that participation approach, and help everyone grow, help everyone improve. And just seeing the people that are participating, the youth that is coming up through our apprenticeship programs and into the workplace, we've got a bright future ahead of ourselves. We just need to ensure that we continue to include everyone, and for those people that want to participate, invite them. That's how I got started. When I was an apprentice, Tom McLean and I were invited to a steward's workshop, just to get a better understanding of workplace representation needs. And from that just developed into lifelong learning and opportunities to grow and opportunities to do better with the membership. So it's been very positive. And if I could ask for one thing, is that participation. Even the little things that each member does every day helps contribute to everyone's success.
Yeah, you said one word that kind of strung a chord for me, and you said we rely on each other. We rely on members to do this, we rely on members to do that, and that is okay. That is what we do as CUSW members. We rely on each other. Everybody has each other's backs. We're setting each other up for success, as I said earlier, and having you at the helm and helping us guide the way as members, I can speak for everybody. We're all very proud and thankful to you, John, for having such a dramatic and impactful influence on our union. You, like, seriously, everybody really appreciates everything you do.
Well, like I said, I started out the same as everyone else, as a new member, started an apprenticeship, had good mentors along the way, and rarely said no to an opportunity. So
Yeah, that's just it. Even if you're unsure, like if you like, a lot of times, a lot of people are just thinking, I don't know if I can actually do this. Should I raise my hand? Sometimes it's better to ask the question before you raise your hand. Just ask somebody, do you think I can do this? They'll tell you. Maybe something else might be better for you. Or, yeah, you can, and I'm going to help you do it. Let's go for it. That's how I'm here. It's a great community to be involved with. We've talked about a lot of good stuff here today, John. We really have. And we've really pushed our agenda forward. And as we dim the lights on the show, I'm just wondering, is there any parting words or any messages that you'd like to convey to the viewers at home, to our members? And it doesn't have to be specific for the job site. It could be any parting message for work, at home, school, our kids, our families. What do you think, John?
No, I go back to the theme that one of the more recent health, safety, and wellness conferences is be kind to one another. I think that's important. There's lots of stressors out there these days, and you never know what people are dealing with in their private lives. So be kind, be focused, making sure we have a healthy and safe workplace, healthy and safe communities. It's important that we participate in developing that, and raising your hand and asking a question, just to make sure things are going the way that they should. Sharing experience, sharing knowledge is important. It's not always welcome, but I think it's important that we raise those conversations and ensure at the end of the day, everybody's in a good place and they return safely to their families. So Um, and finally, just participate. As you've said, Dan, if you've got an interest, raise your hand and ask. There's so much support out there within the organization, and everyone's got the same focus, right? At the end of the day, the goal is how can we improve one another's experience?
Yeah, we're all here for the same reason. We're all
Yeah.
just trying to make our way in life, improve our families, and enjoy life. Like, why else are we here?
Yeah, and I look forward to the other podcasts.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a really great tool to share with all members. What are the good things that we're doing? What can they be proud of?
Oh yeah,
We're
we have some real individuals and characters within our union. There's so many different personalities that we can spotlight. We have got a great guest list after you. Like, it's really great. We're having a good time doing this so far. And as I said, having you kicking off our first episode, we're very honored to have you here, John.
No, I want to thank you, Dan, and thank 𝗪𝗓𝗂 for bringing this idea forward and helping support us get started here, and looking forward to the episodes to come and the characters that we get to meet.
Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. Okay, John. Well, I think that's a wrap. I think we're going to dim the lights on the show today and call it a day. Thanks very much for being on the show. And for everybody at home, if you'd like to get in touch with John, get in touch with myself, maybe you have some show ideas or some comments, critique about the show, maybe you want to be a guest on the podcast. We'd love to have you. Go to the information sheet at the end of the show, and all our contact information is there, and we really want to hear from you. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks very much, John Wabb. We appreciate your input, and we appreciate you and your contributions to the CUSW movement. Thanks again.
Thanks, Dan. Take care.
You too. Take care.
Thank you for shining bright in the CUSW spotlight. Let's get inspired and shine a spotlight on the CUSW.